Hey there, my name is Kelly Dale and I'm owner of Off the Beaded Path, which is located in Forest City, North Carolina. For today's video, I'm going to show you how to make the 3D heart that I made last week into a pair of earrings. Now, I'm not going to go through and show you how to make the heart again. If you want to see that, you'll need to go back to last week's video. But I'm going to go very quickly through the process and then show you how I actually make them into earrings. So, for today's project, you're going to need double the amount of your 3mm. So I believe last week it was 78, so you're going to need 78 for each heart. And then the only other thing you're going to need, besides your bicones or your rounds for the heart, is about 10 size 11 seed beads, 2 jump rings, and a pair of ear hooks. So let's go ahead and get started. To get started with this week's project, you'll want to make 4 of the flat hearts, just like I showed you how to do last week. And then you'll want to connect them, just like I connected for the ring from the previous video. And as I said, if you didn't see that video, just go back to last week's video and you'll be able to watch that. But once you get through connecting them, do not cut off your threads, so that way I can show you how to do it. But like I said, start out with 4 pieces and then connect each of the 2 pieces together to make your 3D shape. Okay, so I have my first heart put together and I've gone ahead and tied off the 2 threads. I just have not cut them off yet. So what I'm going to do with one needle is I'm going to run the one needle through a couple of beads and I'm going to trim off the one tail. I don't want to trim off both, I only want to trim off one. So I'm going to go ahead and take my thread zapper and get rid of the one thread. Now, when I make my earrings, I basically want to look at the very top, and you have your very center bead here, which you can't see too well because it's down in there. So you have the very center, then you have this one, then you have this one right here on the tip. And that's where I want to go to. And I tell you what, let me see. Yeah, yep, I still have the ring from last week. Might be able to see it a little easier on here. This is the actual ring that I did last week. And you can see here in the center is 1 bead, 2 beads, and then the 3rd bead. So what I'm going to do is I want to stitch up through my beads to come out of that very tip bead, so that when I hold it like this, you can kind of see exactly which bead I'm talking about there. So, I'm just going to stitch through the beads here along the outer edge. Now, you can't just go straight up through these or you're going to see your thread. So, you have to stitch almost in a zigzag pattern to get up to that top. So that now I'm coming out of the exact bead I want to come out of. I'm going to use a size 11 seed bead, and I'm going to pick up 5 beads. I want to come back around through the same bead I'm coming out of to make a circle, so that when you pull, it gives you just a very tiny loop of seed beads there. And then I'm going to go through this loop of seed beads as many times as I can, just to reinforce that loop. I'm going to go through here one more time. And now I'm going to tie off this one thread with a couple of half-hitch knots. So I'm going to go up under a thread. Let me do it this way. up under a thread between two adjoining beads. Leave myself a little loop, stick the needle through the loop, and pull. Stitch through a few beads here. Go under the thread, leave a little loop, pull through. And then once I've gone through a few beads, I'm going to go ahead and use my zapper to get rid of that little tail. So that now I have my 3D heart with a little tiny wire or a seed bead loop here at the top. Now I'm going to be using a little jump ring. This is about a 5mm, and I'm going to use my flat nose and my round nose, and I'm going to grab a hold and I'm going to twist it apart, and I'm going to thread through my heart just like this. And then I'll take my ear hook, attach the ear hook, and then twist these two back together to close. So that now you have one completed earring. But I like my earrings to lay side by side, so you'll do the second one, and then when I hang them, they'll lay exactly like this, and that's how they'll hang in the ears. Now if you want to, you know, you can hang them to where they're the exact same. I just think it adds a little fresh look doing them like this. Now this is the red that I did for you today. I've also made a pair of Crystal AB, a pair of the Purple Light, and a pair of the pink color. Now on this one I actually added some chain so it would dangle down from the ear further, and this is really cute too. So there's all sorts of little options that you can do with these. But the red that I just showed you, the pink, the purple, and the clear are all kits that will be available on our Etsy page, as well as the PDF pattern for purchase. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning how I make these very cute and simple heart earrings. If you'll go back to the beginning of the video, there is a link that will show you how to get to last week's video in case you missed that one. Be sure and come back next week when I'm going to try and show you guys how to make a wire heart pendant. And I'll be the first one to tell you I'm not a wire worker, but this heart, once you practice it a little bit, can be done fairly easy and fairly quickly. So I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you back again next week. Be sure to check out our website, offthebeadedpathbeadstore.com, or keep connected to us on our Facebook page where we post daily. Hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.